All right. Beautiful Sunday afternoon in sunny Northern California. Long overdue here, guys. Gonna finally do a walkthrough of the Dream Machine 2.0. And unfortunately, I don't really have time to do a full-on production value video for you guys, so this live stream is honestly the easiest and most efficient way for me to show you guys how this thing's rigged and why we rig it and how we get down on this bad boy. What's up, Jonathan, Tim, Scott? How y'all doing? Start off here, 12-foot Talons. I think these are the second generation Talons. Powertrain is a 250 Mercury Verado. 4-stroke, of course. Don't need to worry about adding oil. Change it every season, just like your truck or your car. One less thing for me to worry about while I'm on the road chasing big bass dreams. And here in the back deck, obviously, as you guys can see, got the brand new Seadek. What's up, Dragonfly? What's up, Hayden, Zach? Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. And here's one thing that is kind of overlooked, and that's my battery compartment. I've had some power issues in the past running so many graphs and accessories and units, but for the most part, these Optima Blue Tops have really performed well for me. The key with these things is leaving them plugged in at all times, especially when you're not running the boat consistently. Leave it plugged in. That Minn Kota trickle charger does an incredible job of maintaining it. Just another little tip for you guys, because I know there are guys that'll unplug it once they see it's charged. That's probably the wrong thing to do. All right, and here is something that I'm super pumped to show off to you guys here. And for the year, we just upgraded units. We are running the 7600 series Garmin's. And the ones here on my console are the 7610s. So these are a 10-inch screen. And they look a little bit smaller because my old units actually had the 10-inch screen, but like it wasn't touchscreen. So the control panels kind of extended it another couple inches. So these are a lot cleaner. No, Jonathan, these compartments never rattle. So this is an Intracoastal model Ranger. As you guys can see, it's all finished fiberglass in and around the compartments. This is definitely a different boat than your standard Ranger. And the reason why I went with an Intercoastal is because carpet stinks. When I lived in Texas for a couple years and had to deal with all the humidity, man, it was impossible to get all the moisture out. So this Seadek option was a no-brainer for me. What's up, Caesar? J Licks, you know, so far so good. I mean, all the touchscreens will kind of struggle a little bit with wet fingers, but for the most part, man, I've been really pleasantly surprised and happy at the functionality of these units. So I run dual units both on the console and on the bow, and let me explain to you guys why. So when I'm on new lakes, which is a lot of the time, or just exploring new water, I can simultaneously side scan out 75 yards, or I'm sorry, 75 feet, down scan, structure scan, and at the same time run a topographical map so I can understand the way the lake sets up. Because I'm definitely a structure fisherman, and structure is a term that's misused, I feel, in fishing a lot. People mistake cover, like these giant floating tires, as structure. And really, structure is in reference to the bottom contours of the lake. So this deep, creek channel, this main lake point, this hump, that's all structure of the lake. So at a glance, I can look at this lake here and target areas that I want to focus on just by looking at the topo map. And here's one of the key features that I really want to show off to you guys, and that's this depth shading. Okay, so once you zoom out and imagine this thing with no depth shading. This is just a bunch of contour lines. It's a bit much to decipher, but I can get into the settings here. Okay, go to my layers, water, depth shading, and assign different color codes in my own custom zones to showcase different spectrums of the water. So I can tell here in this red, that's 0 to 5 feet. That purple is 5 to 10 feet. Yellow, 10 to 15. Green, 15 to 20. And right now I'm targeting pre-spawn fish. So typically that 15 to 20 foot zone is going to be magical for me. That's going to be high percentage. So I can literally highlight the entire lake and at a glance here, just kind of overlook, oh, look at that. Hey, look at that big old point with 15 feet of water all around it. Huh, maybe I should try there. Maybe I should try there. Oh, maybe I should try there. Instead of running around blind, relying solely on my down scan and trying to figure it out that way. This just makes me that much more efficient. So let's bring it up to the front here. And on the front, also running 7600 series units. And the difference is these are 12s. And I want 12s because it's important for me to be able to fit, glance down. Oh, okay, I can see where I'm at. Okay, so same features. Typically I'm running all 4 units here. Let's put this Ultrex down in the water so I can show you guys some cool stuff here. And also keep from running into these ginormous tractor tires. This Ultrex has definitely been a nice upgrade. You got the immediate response of the cable steering and the pedal. Spot lock technology. Everybody was just kind of tripping out right now on the launch ramp because I float my boat off and pretty much just drop the trolling motor down and spot lock and park my rig and don't have to worry about thrashing the side of my boat up against the dock. Keeps, you know, all my stuff away from would-be thieves. I'll explain that PFD in a second here, but here's an amazing piece of technology here, guys, and this is one of the deciding factors of why I chose this setup. And I'm sorry for the camera work, but bear with me. As you can see on the shaft of my trolling motor, the wires running down to the head of the trolling motor have 2 transducers and a Hydra wave speaker. So this is the Hydra wave speaker, and we'll go into that next. And on the bottom of the trolling motor is the actual sonar transducer. So for the vertical video game style fishing and just the, you know, big depth readings, that's the transducer that it's reading off of. But this bad boy right here, this adjustable bad boy, that's that brand new Garmin Panoptix live scope. And there's 2 settings here. There's a forward setting, which it's set now, and a down setting. And it's literally just 1 turn of the knob here. So let's get that back in the water. And this is where I've been losing my mind. Crazy. Technology is killing me. You guys still with me? All right, here. Let me try and rotate this back. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Honestly surprised I had enough connection to even go live. So appreciate your patience. Glad you guys can stick with us here. But as you can see here, this is traditional sonar. So it's reading straight up and down, and the readings showing on the right side of the screen adjacent to these depth markings are current time. Okay, so everything that it's showing is being displayed as a history as it scrolls left. So you see whatever that was, a big rock or a tree or whatnot, that was, you know, 10 seconds ago. So it's probably out there somewhere. Now the difference is, this is where the transducer is off the trolling motor. So the front of the boat is sitting pretty much right here at 0. Okay, this is 5 feet back. So it's like where that Megabass or Anglers Marine logo is. Okay, and that's 10 feet back. So that's halfway. That's pretty much, you know, where the end of the rod tips are. And it also scans a portion below the boat depending how deep you are. Okay, and it's got a pretty narrow cone. But check that out. I can actually point it with the head of my trolling motor because that's how it's aligned and oriented. And look at this. I can see that 15 feet out and 25 feet out and 16 feet down, there are actually fish swimming around. So like, there's no more guessing. Like, are there bass on those tires? Absolutely, there's bass on those tires. So I can figure out the orientation of my trolling motor and where that thing is reading and literally pan with my foot pedal and keep looking, keep looking. Where did those things go? Okay, and you can see the anchor line for the tires. You can see one of the big tires up here. And you can, oh, there's one. So look, there's a suspended fish. 45 feet out, 10 feet down, out there underneath that tire mass. Think about the applications for this for floating docks, for overhanging trees, grass mats for you guys that look to do a lot of punching. Just a whole nother way to interpret the information out here and piece that puzzle. So sick. So I can literally, man, I wish I could find some more of these fish. Okay, let's get on the trolling motor and actually, oh, okay, look, there's one right there. Is it? Nope, that's actually off the anchor rope. But that looks like a bass right there. And you can actually cast out to 35, 40 feet, lead it, let your bait sink down and watch it in real time, 35 to 40 feet away from the boat in that direction, okay? And watch your bait real time and swim it at that level near that fish. And I've been watching fish come up, come down, turn sideways to engage the lure offerings. Jerk baits, small swim baits, big swim baits. It's gonna be a pretty interesting tool going forward here for this season. Super pumped. Gonna be fun. And of course, I'm always running a Hydra wave. And I feel like this is one of those things that nobody talks about. Many of the pros, if not all of them, are running one now because there's enough experience from guys that are getting it done that warrants the top guys all running one. And I honestly feel pretty naked without one anymore. It's one of those things that I've built a lot of confidence in and around. And here's one of my favorite settings, and it's the first one. It's the power setting. And here's the general setup that I use. If I'm fishing fast, I'm running this thing on continuous, no delay. Okay, the longer I'm sitting on a spot and camping out on it, the longer my delay is. Okay, so if I'm running the bank covering a lot of water, it's just on continuous play. Typically, the sound's gonna be higher. If you notice right now, it's pretty calm, no wind, not a lot of boat traffic. That's when the volume stays low, okay? And as those sounds get louder and conditions build, wind picks up in the afternoon, you get a lot of boat traffic on the weekends, fishing in a storm, that's when the volume on the Hydra wave goes up. And that's just an element and a sense that I feel is underutilized in bass fishing. You know, these fish have the same sense as we do, guys. They see, they feel, they hear, they can touch, but they also have a lateral line, but nobody ever talks about the sound element. And I've seen fish do wild things due to the sound. So, yep, here we are with the sponsors for this year. Tackle Direct out of New Jersey. Super sick. All the Mega Bass to Japan and other JDM products from the Hookup Tackle. Got a bunch of these tied on today. I had one short bite yesterday. Just kind of shaking the cobwebs loose for the year. I'm not paying attention, but that's why I'm out here solo. Just getting dialed in. We got AFCO here. Got some pretty dope sun protection products on. I'm wearing one of their face shields right now. Of course, Mega Bass everything. Got some JDM options. We got the USA Destroyer, Destroyer Black Jungle Series, Ogre. Got the brand new Levante Leviathan for this year with the 262 on it. Got a Blackjack TS Destroyer. and 2 USA Destroyer Warhammers. Here is the remote for my talons, recessed pedal, and there she goes, man. There's some TH Marine Aqua Blaze lights. And as I was launching the boat earlier, I went to jump in my seat and somehow inflated my PFD, so I got to hit up my boy Carl Jochimson, see if he can get me another Mustang. But anyways, oh, here's one of the things I like rocking out here, and this is a external solar powered speaker system from Ecox Gear. What's up, Tech Time? What's up, Steven? What's up, Nick? Yes, Nomad, she floats. And that's about it, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little tour and overview of the Dream Machine 2.0. I spent all day Thursday pretty much single-handedly peeling off the old Seadek and reinstalling this brand new wood grain themed Seadek. It was brand new. I'm pretty sure I'm the first boat with it installed completely. For sure the first bass boat. So this look was actually inspired by the 1.0 project. As soon as we put that wood decking on the little tin can and finished it with some sealant, I was actually really surprised at how good the wood looked. So originally we were gonna do this fake teak from Seadek, and it's a brown wood colored, kind of a dark colored pattern, kind of like what the logos are out of, right? But they're smooth. There was no grain in it, and I had just happened to catch their Insta story with them at one of their shows, and I saw just a little snippet of a sample, and these guys were dope enough to hook it up and get a kit out to us. So yeah, we're doing the same kit on the 1.0, tie it all together, and we're gonna go fishing, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Markto, this is Seadek. It is a padded foam material. Let's talk about it a little bit more. So this is 6 millimeters in thickness, and as you see, it's got a little cushion to it. So when I'm standing on this thing for days and hours at a time, this takes a lot of fatigue and wear and tear off of my body. And it's nice to lay down on. It's actually really, really good when it's wet, especially this lasered wood grain finish. It's got a little bit more texture than the normal Seadek. So I've never once slipped on this boat. I've never had anybody slip on this boat. It's just the way to go. It dries super fast. It's easy to clean. I just carry a little hand brush, and in the worst case scenario, if I go like 2 months without washing or rinsing this thing, a light spray with a power washer very carefully just knocks the dirt right off of it. It doesn't hold dirt, slime, blood, scales, Bass Dynasty, none of that. Scrubs right out, and it's super easy to apply. So you guys that are buying new boats, you want to look into doing Seadek. All the guys rocking older boats that are looking to retrofit, just know that it is possible, but it is not easy. You can take a look at my boy Dimension's new updated Seadek, and it's a little bit older Bass Cat that he had to do a lot of extra work to account for the fact that most bass boats are made for carpet. So these lids are made with a bigger gap and unfinished fiberglass, because that carpet has to wrap around each panel. That doesn't happen here on the Intracoastal series. They designed this boat for fishing the shallow flats in the Gulf states. Redfish guys, sea trout, all that stuff. So it's literally just like fishing a big lake, because there's no open ocean, but it's saltwater. So this is the future. I'm pumped to be rocking it. Pumped to be fishing. What's up, Creed? What's up, Coach? What's up, Current? Thank you, Joe. Glad you guys could tune in. We'll leave this live stream up for you guys to enjoy. Appreciate you guys. Leave some feedback. Leave some comments, man. What do you guys think about all the different things? Give me some comments on the Seadek. What just the brief features I showed you guys on these incredible Garmin units. I mean, here we go again, right? Let's Let's see if there's anything. See, I just turned the head of that trolling motor so it's pointed out in that direction. And as you can see, 42 feet out are those tires. And I can actually just run this entire thing and scan for suspended bass with just my trolling motor. See, and I can just pan it with my foot. So, oh, look at that. I don't know how much clearer you guys need it to be, but there are the tires. Boom, boom, boom. There is 1, 2, 3 fish. Real time. 30 feet out, 10 to 15 feet down. They're right there. So I know where to cast. Mind blown. People are sleeping on this technology, guys. Woo, look at them. Look at them go. So yeah, excuse me while I kiss the sky and toss some baits at these things. You guys enjoy your Sunday. Catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, leave comments. You gotta like the video, guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna stop wasting my time on this YouTube platform. I'd rather be fishing. But I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Thank you.